Okay, so we're going to start the program right now. Hey everyone, I hope I'm audible. I'm audible, right?
Yes, Heba, you're audible.
Okay. So hey, I'm Heba Philip. I'm a content intern at IEEE Kerala Section. And first off, great job at being selected to the screening test and welcome to the program. So CODIGO is an activity that's being organized with the help of the Art of Educational Activities Committee. It's a 20-day bridge course during which you learn the fundamentals of programming using Python. And by the end of the program, you'll have a significantly strong base in coding concepts. So for our very first session, I invite Karthik K, an AI engineer at Innovation Incubator, and the Membership Development Chair, IEEE Kerala Section. Over to you, Cheta.
Thank you, Heba. So I can start, right?
Here you can start.
Okay. So hope I'm audible. There is no disturbance from my end, right?
No, Cheta.
Okay, fine. Okay. So good evening, everyone. Thank you for joining the session. So we are actually going to do a 20 days masterclass on Python from the basics to an intermediate level. So before starting into the session, let me just give you a brief idea about what are the significant importance of Python in the industry. Okay, so I'm working as a technical lead on artificial intelligence at Innovation Incubator, which is a company headquartered in the US, and we have an office at Trivandrum here. So I'm working as a technical lead there. So the importance of Python lies in different aspects. I am a person who lives with Python here because I do every kind of automations with the help of Python. Even if it is a small thing, if I'm actually taking an example, recently I have actually made an app which is able to fetch the content and content for the mail and can attach dynamic attachments into different mails and send that one by one. Okay, so you don't have to compose these mails. uh, Suppose you have 100 mails or 100 mails that has to be sent, and you don't need to do that 100 times. You just give the mail IDs and specify the attachments only. You can actually do that with the help of Python in one go. So these are the kind of things that you can actually do with the help of Python in the minimalistic manner. This is only a minimalistic manner. You can do pretty much good things or more interesting things with the help of Python. Yeah, we can do that. So that is one thing or one aspect of Python. And the second one is that the developer base of Python is really high. If you are actually facing a doubt or if you are actually facing some errors in your code, if you are actually looking that into with the help of Google or something, you'll get n number of results. If you are actually facing some errors, you will get n number of results for the same. That is because the developer base of Python is really high and people are preferring Python for several tasks. That is also because you can write Python code as you are writing a story. Okay, so there is no kind of course, there are some conventional methods that has to be followed. Apart from that, you can do that in a really simpler manner. Okay, so that is the aspect of Python, or that is the acceptability of Python in the industry right now. Without much introduction, let's get into the topic. So we are actually the agenda for today is actually to set up the collab, then to print hello world. That is the basic thing that we'll be doing in every programming language while you are studying every programming languages. Then accepting the input, then introduction to data types and basic arithmetic operations. So without much introduction, let me share my screen. I hope my screen is visible. Can anyone of you just confirm that whether my screen is visible?
Yeah. It's visible.
Okay. So just type Google Colab in Google. You'll get a result like this. Welcome to Collaboratory. And if you are actually taking a new notebook, you'll get a notebook like this. So this is where we are actually going to do the coding today. Okay. So why I choose Colab is that it's really easy to do, and you don't need to. I just saw in the group that someone asked, is there any prerequisites or some apps or softwares that has to be installed in your system? So absolutely not. You don't need to do anything because you have everything comprised in one environment within Google Colab itself. So that is very much a friendly thing to do, or to conduct this kind of workshops. You can easily code in Colab. That is why I chose like Colab for this workshop. Before getting into the aspects of Colab, I'll introduce you to some things like this is basically a cloud kind of technology or cloud environment where you are able to do Python and AI codings very often. Okay, so here you can actually set the runtime also, and in this runtime type you can see that you have GPU, CPU, and none. If you are actually putting GPU and TPU and none. So if you're putting none, it will actually take a CPU acceleration and do the things of it. And if you have more computations, or if you are actually doing some really complex kind of algorithms, you can either put GPU or TPU. So they have the multi-processing capacity and can do the things. Okay, so that is about Colab. And this is the cell where we are actually going to do the coding and test it. Okay, so if you are actually in this kind of a window, you can see two options, which is code and text. So just simply type code or simply click on code. You can see so many code snippets here, not snippets like code blocks here, where you can actually type the code. And this is the button that you need to press while after writing the code to run the code that you have written. Okay, for the execution. Okay, let's explore what this text does. Okay, so text basically can actually comment or can give the names to the things that you are actually doing. Suppose you are writing some important function in a code cell and you need to specify what it is actually doing. So suppose I'm writing that introduction to Python. So simply I'm just taking that here. So I'm getting that as the title here. That is what the text box is actually doing, or text cell is actually doing. Okay, so let's get into the coding part. Okay, so that is all about Colab. Like once you are actually into this site, and if you are actually taking a new notebook, you will get a window like this. They will ask you for signing in, so you can just give any of your mail IDs. You will get a window like this, and this is good to go. You don't need to do anything else. Okay, so since it is Python, you don't need to install anything as well, because Python is predefined or pre-installed in Colab, and just you can go on with the coding here. Okay, so basically, before doing any kind of things in Python, in any programming language, the first thing the people or the instructor would insist you to study is that how to print hello world. Okay, so if you are taking C language or Java language, you need to write considerably more than one line of code to print hello world in any of that programming languages. But in Python, it is as simple as one line. Okay, so let's see how you can actually do that. It's simply print in brackets, just specify that you are going to give a string inside the print function. That is why I have put double quotes there. Hello world. Okay. Hello world. So it's as simple as that. Okay, so like I'll execute that. Before I execute, and since this is a master class and we are actually starting from the base, I need to explain something. So why I have enclosed hello world inside double quotes? Because this is a string. So Python needs to understand that you are actually specifying a string inside the print function. So that is why I have enclosed hello world inside the quotes. Okay, and You might be wondering that why I have put the brackets after print. That is actually syntax. You need to study syntaxes or the grammars of the programming languages in order to understand why I have put these kind of things. Okay, so after the print, I have put the normal brackets and I have specified that in string or in quote that it's hello world. So putting that brackets is actually the syntax, and putting the hello world inside the this thing like the quotes is also a syntax, but that is we are actually specifying because like we are trying to say to the interpreter that we are actually giving a string inside the print. Okay, so let's run this thing. You will get hello world. Okay, so this is how, as simple as that, you can do a hello world program. Okay, I'll give another example how you can actually print hello world. Here I am actually defining a variable. Okay, so what a variable means is that you need to, or variables are the things, or variables are the entities where you can assign something into that. You need to assign something in the programming language to something or to some entities. You can use variables. Okay, so basically I'm just giving a variable as a. Okay, it's simple as a equal to, here I'm specifying that in the quotes itself it's a string. Okay, I'm just specifying that hello world. Hello world. Okay, hello world. So this means that this variable is a string variable, and the string variable consists of hello world. Okay, so you can see that in the dialog that is displayed above, you can see variable a, and inside the value we have hello world. So that is what it is specified. So how you can actually make a printable in Python? Okay, so I'm just enter, then print a here. Okay, so here a is a variable. A is not a string, but the content inside a is a string. Okay, so you are not giving that readily into the print function. So that is why you are specifying a variable a. Into that you are giving the content hello world as a string, and you are printing a here out. You are not printing the content inside a. You need to print the content inside a, but you are not doing that readily. So a is a variable, a is not a string. So that is why you are printing like this. So print a will also give hello world. Okay, what will happen if I am giving double quotes for a? Let's see what it actually does. It actually prints a itself because this is a string. You are telling the Python interpreter to print a as a string here, not a as a variable. Or you don't need to print the content inside a while you are doing like this. So that is why a is printed here. So if I am actually removing the quotes here, and if I am putting a only inside the parenthesis, the value of a is getting printed here. Okay, so that is hello world. Okay, is this point clear to you guys? Then we'll be moving to the next session. You can either put it in the chat box, or you can say that it's clear. Yes, okay, I can see. Cool. Okay. Right. Okay, so the next thing that we are actually going to see is accepting the input. I'm just using the text cell again here to specify what we are actually doing here. Okay, so I'm just typing accepting the input. Okay, so we have to do the accepting the input. That is the second agenda for today. Okay, so what is accepting the input? We have seen that you are actually specifying a variable, you have given a value also, and you are printing it here. Which is, you have specified a variable named a here. So the value of a is given as hello world, and you are printing that here. You will get hello world. Okay. So next, we are going to see how to accept a value from the user. Here, the user is predefining the value. It is not kind of accepting. Here, the value is predefined or hard coded, I would say. You are hard coding the value as hello world there, and you are printing it there only. So that is what we are actually doing in the second code cell. So let's see how you can actually accept a value from the user itself. Suppose I am inputting some other values, and some of my friends is inputting some other values. So everything is actually a value to that variable only. So how we can actually do that? Let's see how we can do that in the following step. So I'm just taking another variable here. Okay. So instead of typing a or something like that, to mention or to identify that that is an input variable, I'm just giving the value as inp. Okay. Input is equal to input of what it will do. See, you got a dialog box here where you can type something, and inp will be taking that value from here. I'm just giving 5 here. 5. So let's see what is the value of inp right now. Okay, so the important thing about Collab or Jupyter Notebook or something is that you don't need to say that to print something, you don't need to give print also here. Just INP is enough to find the value. 5. You can see that the value is 5. Okay. What it will happen if I'm giving it as like this? Print INP. You'll also get 5 here. Okay. So that is the two ways you can actually print something in Collab or something. Collab or Jupyter Notebook or whatever it is. If you are writing that in .py file, you have to specify print, or else that won't get print, you will get an error. Okay, but this is an interactive environment, so that is why you can directly give the input, the variable name, and just click on the run command, you will get the output. Okay. Okay, so let's find out what type of variable is this. Okay, for that I'm just giving type of inp. Type of inp. You will get that as str. So why you are getting that as str? Okay, input actually takes something in the string format. Okay, so that is why you are getting the value as 5 as string here. Okay, I'll make it clear to you guys. Just printing inp again. You can see that the codes is here. So input is taking some values from the user, but it is actually taking something in a string format. Okay. In the previous versions of Python, there were some functions where we can actually specify that it is an integer value only. Let's see if it is working right now also. I don't think it will work. Let's see. So input is not a function here. You can see that nothing is actually coming. You'll get an error. So input is not defined because that is not functionable in the new Python versions. So that is the reason. I'm just running this again, giving another value 1.2. Okay, now let's see what is the value of INT. It's again 1.2. Okay. So that is about accepting something from the user input. Okay, so you can actually think that here I'm getting the value in string, and how am I supposed to do an addition or something? Okay, so that is why you are the people who are actually doing this coding. You can actually set the conventions. If you are getting something like this, and if I need to convert this into a floating point or something, just I can mention that as float of INP. And if I am running this thing, see that codes is vanished from here. You can see the value only. I'm just saying this into another variable here, inp1. Inp1 is equal to float of inp here. Okay. Now let's see what is the type of inp1. See, you are getting that as a floating point value. So like that, you can convert the type of the thing that you are actually getting inside the input function with the help of explicit type conversions and all. Okay. So till now, do you have any doubts? If yes, please put in the chat box or unmute yourself and ask, or else we can move to the next topic. Okay, no doubts. Okay. So the next thing that we are actually going to see is about the data types of Python. Okay. So basically, we have the following data types that is available in Python, which is we have some numeric kind of data types and sequence kind of data types is there. Then Boolean data types is there. Then some kind of explicit or structural databases are also there. Okay. So the numeric data types is again divided into three, I would say, which is integer, complex number, and float. Okay. Then the sequence data types is again divided into three, which is the string, list, and tuple. We'll see what are these kind of things in the coming sessions. Okay. Let's do something about the data types now. Data types. Okay. And now I'm just doing something with the help of data types here. I'm just taking another variable, which is b equal to 10. I'm just assigning the value 10 into b, and let's see what is the type of b here. Print type of b. What I will get here? Class int. So which means it is an integer kind of data. Okay. I'm just putting a 0.0 after this 10, and let's see what is the type of b right now. Here you can see that it's a floating point value because there is a decimal value after the 10 here. So that is why it is getting converted as a floating point value. Okay. Now I am mentioning something else, which is 10 plus 4j. Simply I'm mentioning 10 plus 4j. Let's see what is the type of b right now. See, you get that as a complex value. So that is the three numerical data types that is available in Python. Okay. Now let's see something else or some other kind of databases in Python itself. I'm giving another variable, str. Okay, so we are actually going to see about the string values or the another kind of some sequence types of variables, which is the first one I'm going to do here is about the string values. Then I'll take you into what is the list data type, then also the tuple data type. Okay. So str1 equal to welcome to the course. Okay, so let's see how it is actually getting printed. Print str1. Welcome to the course that is available inside the str1. Type of str1. Let's see how the str1 is actually getting interpreted in the interpreter. You can see that it is a string value. Okay. Okay. Now let's see some other things with the help of string itself, which is I'm taking the test year one itself, and let's see some cool operations in the string data type, which is I'm trying to print the first character in str1, which is we can specify that as print str1 of 0 w. You can see that that is the first character of str1. Now I need to specify, or I need to get the last character inside the string itself. I'm specifying the index as -1. I'm getting E here. Okay. So I need to specify one more thing to you guys, that the index of a string or an array or anything in Python starts from 0 if it is going from left to right. Okay. If you are doing something from right to left, or if you are indexing from right to left, it starts from -1. Okay. So I need to get the second last value of str1, which is s. I need to specify -2 here, which is str1 of -2. You will get s here. See? So that is how the convention of the indexing is happening inside a Python data type. Okay. So if you are going from left to right, it starts from 0. If you're going from right to left, it starts from -1. So keep that in mind. Okay. So is it clear? If it's clear, like we can move to the next data type. Fine. Okay. So let's see what is a list data type. So list basically are like arrays itself, and in other languages we can also say that list is similar to array, and it's an ordered collection of data itself. But what is the benefit of list is that you can specify any kind of values inside a list. Let's see how it is actually being done. Okay. I'm taking another snippet here. Here I'm specifying li equal to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so I just initialized a variable called li here, and inside a square bracket I have given 5 values, 5 comma separated values here. I just printing li here. See, you got the same thing here. Okay, so how this thing is interpreted inside Python? Let's see. Type of li. See, Python interpreted this value or this variable as a list variable. So that is why you can see that the class list is printed here. Okay. And the next thing I would like to take you through is the multiple kind of values that you can actually put inside the list itself. So instead of putting 2, I'm giving a here, and here I'm putting 3.0, and 4 plus 5j and 5 itself. Let's see. It's list itself. Let's see the content inside li. See, you can get multiple kind of data types inside a single list. Here you have integer value. Here you have a string value, or really a character value. Okay, I'll assign a string value also here. I'm just mentioning my name here, Karthik. See, You have an integer value, you have a character value, you have a floating point value, you have a complex number value, and you have string value. So the four kind of data or four interpretations of data is being stored inside a one list variable. Okay. Now let's see the list operations, or what are the things that you can actually do with list. Okay. What will happen if I
Can
give?
you please zoom into the screen a little bit?
Sorry.
Can you please zoom in to the screen?
Okay. Is it okay right now?
Yes, thank you.
Fine. So what will happen if I am giving li of 0 here? Let's see. Li of 0 is printed as 1. Okay, what will happen if I'm giving li of 2? You get 3.0, which is, I already told that the indexing starts from 0 if you are going from left to right, and -1 if you are coming from right to left. So li of 2 means 0, 1, 2, which is 3.0. Okay, I'm just mentioning li of -2. You'll get 4 plus 5j, which is this thing, Karthik, or the string value comes in the -1th index. 4 plus 5j is actually coming in -2 index. So that is why you are getting the value 4 plus 5j in the index of li of -2. Okay. Now let's see some nested list examples also. That is the next thing I would like to show you guys. I am creating a list inside a list. Okay. Or initially, I would like to show you guys the length of the list. Then I will show you what is nested list. So length of li, we'll get that as 5 because 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Okay. So I'm creating another list inside this list. Okay. So till this, it's one value, and this is another value. So we have a list inside a list, and so let's see what's the length of li right now. It's 2 because this thing is treated as one list, and this is or this thing is treated as one entity, and Karthik is treated as another entity. So that is why there are only 2 entities inside the parent list, which is li. Okay, so that is how you are actually getting this as the value. So let's see what is the value of li of 0. See, the initial list or the sub list inside the li list is printed as the li of 0 because that is treated as one entity. Okay. So that is about the basic operations in list. Now we are actually going to see the tuple data type or the tuple data structure. So tuple is also an ordered collection of Python objects, but the difference between tuple and a list is that tuple is an immutable data type. That means like you can modify once it is created. So that is why we are calling that as a tuple class. Okay, so let's see how you can actually mention or make a tuple. I'm just taking another code cell here, and tup equal to opening and closing brace, and print tup and print type of tup. Okay, let's see the values for tup as well as type of tup. See, you have printed an empty tuple here, and Python actually identified tup variable as a tuple variable. So that is why you are getting the value as tuple here. So let's give some values inside the tuple, which is tup equal to Giving 1, 2, 3, 4. And now I am printing TOP here. See, you are getting that values inside the tuple. And let's see how we can actually convert a list into tuple. So that is what we are actually going to see in the next code line. So list 1 is equal to, again I'm mentioning 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. Initially I would like to print list 1 and the type of list 1. Okay, so that is a list. Now let's see how you can actually convert this list into a tuple. So I'm just giving another variable called tuple2 equal to tuple2 equal to tuple of list 1, and I'm printing tuple2 and the type of tuple2. Okay, so you can see that initially we have printed the list 1 and type of list 1. You got that as list and the values are here. Now what we have done is that we have initialized another variable called tuple2 here. Into that, this is a predefined function in Python itself to convert something into tuple, and you have given the list there, and here we are printing the tuple2 and type of tuple2. You got that as the tuple is printed here. Also the type is printed also as the tuple value. Okay, that is all about tuples. Let's see some other examples as well, how we can actually do a nested tuple. That is the next thing that we are actually going to see. So just taking another code line here. P1 equal to, I'm giving 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and P2 equal to, sorry, P2 equal to 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Sorry, 10. And P3 equal to giving us P1 comma P2, and I am printing P3 here. See, you got a nested tuple, which is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 is treated as a subtuple, and 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 is treated as another tuple. This is enclosed inside a super tuple or the parent tuple, which is T3. Okay, so that is how you are actually giving or making a nested tuple here. Now, the conventions we can see. What will happen? We are giving that as, or what if we are trying to print P3 of 0. Okay, the first subtuple is printed here. P3 of 1. Second subtuple is printed here. What will happen if I give P3 of 2? That throws an error because the tuple index out of it, you don't have any values beyond 2 indexes. So that is why you are getting this error. Suppose I'm entering a value which is say 3, 4, 5. Okay, so 3, 4, 5 is a value right now inside the nested tuple. And what will happen right now? P3 of 2. See, 3, 4, 5 is printed right now. So that is how the values are iterated inside the tuple variable or a tuple data type. Okay. I would like to walk you through the next data type, which is Boolean data type. So Boolean is simple as either true or false, or 1 or 0. That's it. Or on or off, anything you can actually mention. So data type is Boolean. Like there are so many interesting factors about Boolean data type in Python, because like they are actually set as some flags or something inside complex Python code itself. Suppose you need to work in a small branch function in a really big function or in a really big code snippet. So you need to work on a really small function, but that has to be triggered unless and until some conditions are actually satisfied. So if that condition is satisfied, we are actually giving a flag from the main function that either it's true or false or something. So that variable or that value or that flag is passed to the subfunction and checking that if it is satisfying the condition. Okay, so that is how the Boolean or the things are actually getting used while we are actually defining a Boolean variable. Simply, if you are typing true, see the color of true itself shows that it is something predefined. True. What will happen if I give type of true? Bool. So bool is the type of the true value, or I'm giving that as a equal to true, and I need to see the type of a. See, again you are getting the type as Boolean here, or if I'm giving that as false also, you'll get the same thing. False. See, so true and false are the two values or two Boolean values that we are using in Python functions. Okay, so what will happen if I give instead of giving true or false in this conventional manner, like F capital or T capital? What will happen if I am giving or printing true like this type of true? It will throw an error because true is not defined. This true is a variable only. This is not a conventional thing in the Python library. This is the conventional thing in the Python library. That is why it is shown in another color. See, you'll get that as true. Okay, so that is about the Boolean values. The next data type that I would like to walk you through is set. Okay, so what is set? Set is a collection. Again, it is an ordered collection, but what we can actually do apart from list or tuple in set is that it won't be having duplicates. So that is the major importance of a set data type. Okay, let's see an example of set data type. Again, I am taking a variable here s equal to 1, 2, 3, 3, and 4, and b equal to set of s, and type of s, sorry, type of b. See, that is a set data type. Here you have initialized the list, and that you are saying that into d variable you are converting that list into a set. So once we are actually printing the type of d, you are getting the output as set only. Let's see the duplicate thing inside the set. I'm giving I'm printing that as 1, 1, 2, 2, 3, 3, and 4, 4. Sorry, 4, 4. I'm printing s, also I'm printing d. Let's see the difference. I'm printing s, also I'm printing d. See, in the list, you are getting the duplicate values also, but inside the set variable, you won't get the duplicates, you will only get the unique values. So that is the uniqueness of a set function or a set variable. Okay. Here also you can add the mixed values, like any kind of values that I have initially shown in the list function. Like you can do anything here also. You can do that also. But the thing is that unique values are only getting stored in a set variable. Apart from that, the other values will get omitted. But in the case of list or something, every values are getting stored. If I'm mentioning two ones, two twos, two threes, and two fours, that is copied inside that s variable or the list variable. You are getting that values. So that is the difference between set and list. Okay. Okay. So nextly, I would like to walk you through another data type which is called dictionary. That is the next data type. So dictionary is basically dict1 equal to. So this is an empty dictionary. Okay. If I am printing dict1, you are getting an empty dictionary. Type of dict1. It is interpreted as a dict data type or a dictionary data type. Okay, so what is the difference or what is the speciality of a dictionary data type? Here, every values are stored in a key value pair. So that is the difference of, or that is the speciality of a dictionary data type. So how it is stored as a key value pair? So the first thing that I am entering is stored as the key, and after the colon, what I am entering is stored as a value. So 1, 2, 2, 3, 3, 4. So what is interpreted right now here? You have 3 values here. The first key or the first key of the value is 1 and the first value is 2. The second key is 2 and the value is 3. And it goes on like that. Let's see. Print dict1. What will happen? Okay, so you are getting the values as the key value pair here. Okay. Dict of 1. What it will happen? You are getting the value as 2. Okay, so I'm just asking a question. Why I am not getting, if I'm giving dict of 1, I should get 2, 3, right? Because the index starts from 0, right? Then why I am getting the first value here? So the reason here is that you are calling the key here, not the index. In the dictionary cases, you are calling the key as the index. So that is why you are getting dict of 1 as 2. Okay. Let's see what it will happen if we give the normal convention, which is dict of -1. You got an error because there is no key of -1 here. So what will happen if I just change this 3 as -1 and rerun this again? Here you can get that we have an index of -1 right now and the value is 4. So that is how you are inputting a value or getting a value as a dictionary pair here. Okay. So you can also convert a list or a nested list or a tuple list into dictionary also. Okay, so like I'll just give that also as an example and then we can move forward. So dict2, sorry, okay, dict2 equal to dict of, I'm just not initializing anything right now as a variable. I'm just giving that or hard coding it inside the dictionary value itself. Inside the list, I'm giving 2 values, 1, 2, and next 2, 3. dict2. See, that is also converted as a dictionary value. What I did is like specifying a dict variable, sorry, the dict operator. Inside that, I have given a list. Into that, I have given two tuples, which is 1, 2 and 2, 3. So by the convention of Python, it identified that you have to create, or the Python has to create a dictionary with the first key as 1 and the first value as 2, the second key as 2 and the value as 3. So that is what happened right now in this place. Okay. So if you have any doubts, we can clarify that and we can move to the next portion of the workshop. So if you have any doubts, you can ask right now.
Shada Ravishankar, we asked, is that possible for us to make the variable s as set directly without creating variable d?
Is that possible for us to make that variable s as set without directly creating a variable d? Okay, let me check what you have actually mentioned. Okay, here, without giving that, can I give that here itself, right? Let's see. Yeah, you're getting that also here. Or yeah, so that you can also do like that as well. No issues with that. So I hope that question is clarified. Shankar, that is what you have actually asked, right? Yeah, fine. Any other questions? Okay, so I'm not getting any other questions. Let's move on to the next part. I want to wind up the session in another 5 to 10 minutes. So let's move on to the next part, which is the operators. So what are operators, or what are the arithmetic operators that are available in the Python library, or the Python program? So the multiplication operator, division operator, modulus operator, exponential operator, and floor division operator. So these are the basic arithmetic operations which is available in Python. So let's see. 4 minus 2, what it will happen? You will get something. 2. Okay. A equal to 4, B equal to 2, A minus B. You also get value 2 here, because the value of A is 4, the value of B is 2, and you are doing A minus B. Okay. C equal to A minus B with the same values. Print C. Okay, you got the value 2 here itself. So these are some of the ways that you can do an arithmetic operation. That depends. This thing, like I have given initially like 4 minus 2. This will only work on this kind of interactive environments only. You can do that inside a .py file, because I told you like this is an interactive environment. That's why you are getting the output. So 4 minus 2, you can get that as 2, or 4 plus 2, you will get 6. These are direct operations that you can do. I guess I'm audible, right? Okay, fine. So I guess some network issues. Hope I'm audible right now.
Yes, Shweta, you are.
Fine. Okay, so I had some network issues in the meantime. Okay, so you can see that 4 plus 2 is equal to 6 here. And I'm just giving another value like a equal to 4, b equal to 2, c equal to 10. What will I get as a plus b plus c? 16. 10 plus 2 plus 4, which is 16. So this is how you can do addition and subtraction here. Now let's see how the multiplication operation is working. Is a star 2 or a star b. You got that as 8, which is 4 into 2. Okay, so I'm just removing b here. I'm just doing a star 8. But I will get 4 times 8, which is 32. So that is how you are doing the multiplication operation also. Now let's see what is the how you can actually do the division operation. So a slash b 2.0. So that is 4 divided by 2. Okay. What will happen if I'm giving here slash 10.04? So that is the division operation that is being happening in the Python. The next thing I would like to show you is the modulus division. So instead of a slash 2, I'm putting a percentage 2. So that is the modulus operation. Okay, hope I'm audible. And again, facing a network issues. So you can see that a mod 2 is 0 because there is no remainder for 4 divided by 2. So that is why you are getting as a mod 2 as the value 0. Now let's see the floor division. So floor division means it is used to conduct, or the floor division, the quotient operations also. So I'm just putting 2 slashes to itself. Okay, so that is the value. That is the quotient of the value. So that is the floor division. So that is how the basic arithmetic operations is being done in Python. So that's all about today's session. If you have that errors or that queries, and we can wind up the session. So if you have any queries, you can ask right now.
Sir,
Yes, Pooja, go ahead.
so what happens when we give a slash slash 2?
That is the floor division. Floor division means basically you are getting the quotient. That's it.
Oh, okay, sir.
Yeah. So if you're doing 3 by 2 or something like that, 3 slash slash 2, you'll get a 1 because that is the initial quotient. So the real operation will be 1.5. You'll get 1 here. That's it. Any other queries?
If anyone has any doubts, it's verbally mentioned.
We can actually take 2 more minutes if you have any kind of queries. I can see anything coming. Okay. Is the recorded video of the session available? I have network issues. That is to you guys, organizers.
Cheta, Ashwin has asked a question in chat. So,
How is the priority of the operation in Python, which operation happens to first while using multiple operations at the same? Okay, so basically that comes with the Bodmas rule only. Like multiplication have the multiplication division has the brackets has the highest priority, then the multiplication division followed by addition and subtraction. That's the same conventional mathematical rule only. I hope that is clear, Ashwin. Modulus will be having the I guess some higher priority than division is given, I believe.
there are actually any doubts in the like in our session conclude here. Alright. So, thank you, Shraddha. This was a really great session for the starting of the program. And to everyone who attended the session, don't put things off a later, okay? ഇന്ന് ചേട്ടൻ കാണിച്ച കാര്യങ്ങളെല്ലാം ഇന്ന് തന്നെ നിങ്ങൾ ട്രൈ ചെയ്യുക. ഇപ്പം നിങ്ങൾ ഡേറ്റ ടൈപ്സ് പഠിച്ചു, നിങ്ങൾ അരിത്തമെറ്റിക് ഓപ്പറേഷൻസ് അങ്ങനത്തെ കുറെ കാര്യങ്ങൾ പഠിച്ചല്ലോ. അപ്പോൾ കൊളാവിൽ പോയി ഇന്ന് തന്നെ ഇതെല്ലാം ഒന്ന് റിവൈസ് ചെയ്യാൻ നോക്ക്. നമ്മുടെ ഈ സെഷൻ പോകുന്ന അനുസരിച്ച് തന്നെ നിങ്ങൾ അന്നന്ന് പഠിച്ച കാര്യം അന്നന്ന് തന്നെ നോക്കിപ്പോണേ. ആൻഡ് ഇഫ് യു എവർ ഗെറ്റ് സ്റ്റക്ക് സംവെയർ, നിങ്ങളെ ഹെൽപ്പ് ചെയ്യാൻ ഞങ്ങളെല്ലാം ഇവിടെ തന്നെയാണ്.
Yeah, I'm also in the group. So if you have any questions regarding the session or some Python normal queries, please feel free to post in the group. I'll happy to help.
അപ്പം താങ്ക് യു ശ്വേത, താങ്ക്സ് എവരിവൺ ഫോർ അറ്റൻഡിങ്. നമുക്കിപ്പം കൺക്ലൂഡ് ചെയ്യാം കേട്ടോ. ഇൻ കേസ് കൺക്ലൂഡ്.
Thank you, Heba.